Very few of us have the opportunity to actually experience a serious emergency or disaster. As a member of IAEM, you'll be exposed to a number of other people who have lived through these experiences, and you can learn from what they have learned.
Emergency management is an emerging field. It's going to get bigger and bigger. The young people are now starting to come out of college, being college trained. They're looking for field experience, so there's going to be a wealth of human capital that we can tap into. And regardless of the advances in technology, you need people on the ground helping people when their homes are destroyed or they've had a flood or what have you. So we need good people, compassionate people, people who can make decisions when all else is breaking loose. One of the reasons I would tell somebody contemplating joining IAEM, and the biggest benefit, they're going to be able to network with people who have been doing this business for 30, 20 plus years. They're the brain trust. They've been there, they've got the t-shirt, and they can pass on that information.
I have learned so much from the people that are at the conferences, or the people that I can reach out to that I have met through IAEM, those people that write articles into the bulletin. There's actually a discussion board where that we share ideas.
Whenever I have a question that is particular interest that I have always someone to ask because of the networking that now exists between us.
After the September 11 attacks, I had an opportunity through the IAEM. At that time, I was a student member, and an opportunity presented itself to move to Washington DC and do a 5-month internship with the District of Columbia Emergency Management Agency. It was just a fantastic opportunity that only came about by being a member of the IAEM.
I think I've gained the most in my association membership is the professional development. It has helped me grow as a professional emergency manager. The mentoring I have received from practitioners who've been in the career field for quite a while, as well as the surprising lessons you can learn from people new in the field, particularly the students coming out of college. They have great insights, new ideas, a fresh face, a fresh view, and it's amazing the things you can learn, and I think that just helps me grow as a profession, which in turn provides extra value to my jurisdiction, because as I grow, their program grows.
Emergency management is an emerging profession, and our organizations are important hallmarks for any emergency manager who wants to be considered seriously as a professional.
By joining an organization such as this, you add your voice to a common theme that allows the association to speak and be heard at the federal level in order to move programs forward that will benefit you as an individual back in your own community.
IAM has provided tremendous support to the higher education community. So I think the membership in this organization is vital for any university emergency manager.
People from all countries of the world can opt for membership. And when they opt for membership, I have essentially helped them to coordinate their activities regionally. For example, people in Africa, people in Middle East, people in Southern America. I coordinate the activities and ensure that they more or less have some basic activities on the ground in their regions that allow them to share their experiences, to share their best practices, to share their best procedures, so that every member benefits from being part of a collegiate association.
Being a member of IAEM, the personal gain in it is the educational opportunities. The number of conferences we have, the level of speaker that you bring in there, you'd never be able to get that in your hometown. And the monthly publication, the bulletin that comes out with just so much information about it, and the availability to become a certified emergency manager. Those are just a few of the things of personal gain that you get.
As a member of IM, I really attribute it for me being successful in the field of emergency management. I started out in the field having no knowledge coming out of law school, and had no intention of going into emergency management, and to be perfectly honest, I didn't really know this was kind of a professional field. And I sought out IM to get the knowledge and the research I needed to do my job, and I was able to kind of used that as my building block for my career to go from working from a local city of San Francisco to now running the Office of Emergency Management at the Federal Reserve.
Membership of IAM has also assisted me greatly in the practical application when real emergencies have come around. And as a member, you can tap into the experience of people such as myself that have had involvement in events like Lockerbie, the Marchioness, Paddington rail crash, and that experience can help people prepare for when the emergency actually happens and they have to make decisions.
But it's a global profession, so therefore we as a profession of emergency managers also need to have this international exchange of views, of experiences and of knowledge.
Oh, I personally, my membership in IAM has benefited me enormously. I think I've taken tons of ideas that I've gained from coming to the conferences and attending workshops and talking with my peers. I've taken those ideas back to my county and implemented them. The people in my county are safer today because I'm an IAM member.
When I first joined IAM back 11 years ago, it was, other than going to FEMA's Emergency Management Institute, there weren't classes to take, there weren't any degrees, there weren't certificate programs. And now we're to the point where you have bachelor's degrees in emergency management, master's degrees, there are even a couple of PhD programs. So it's very clear that we are a profession that's now on the map.
I have gained credentialing and got certified as a certified emergency manager. I have a headquarters position in the Air National Guard, so I'm the leader of over 90 full-time people who are emergency managers themselves. So it's given me a lot of credibility in the career field, and again set that standard for those folks to follow, so we can all be credentialed as certified emergency managers.
When you look at International Association of Emergency Managers, you could equally be saying global partners in preparedness. We all have some commonalities when it comes to disaster. Disasters respect no territory, no boundaries or anything. So when we look at international organization, you're looking at folks from New York learning from folks in China, folks from LA learning from folks in Russia. You bring in those resources together. You're taking advantage of the lessons that you can learn from all the disasters around the world. Disasters don't have a geographic boundary.
So going international with an organizations like IAEM, one, you are able to share their experiences, and two, you are creating a platform where other emergency managers somewhere else in the world will be able to contribute their knowledge into the system.
Once you become a member of IAEM, there's a lot of activities that you can do besides just being a member. We have committees that cover a wide range of activities where we take people from all over the world, because we're an international association, and they get together to try to solve common problems dealing with emergency management issues. In the United States, we have committees that work specifically with the legislature in Washington to help change and adjust laws that affect what we do and what we can do.
The IAEM sponsors the most prestigious certification program, the Certified Emergency Manager Program. I'm going through that process right now. That's another benefit of joining the IAEM, is to get that professional certification that shows that you're a member in good standing in this very important field.
You know, for a small business starting up in the emergency space over the last 6 years, this has been the single most important organization and conference. Also some state and local emergency management groups that we belong to, but on the national scale, it's been far and away the single best organization we've been a part of. And I've been to the conference for 5 years now, and the relationships I've built here and the knowledge that I've gained here has been one of the most important things in our company, going from almost nothing to being the leader in its field.
The opportunities that you have to liaison, to share information, to communicate, to share best practices, to ask questions, especially if you're new to the field, it's just unparalleled. It's a one-stop shop, and we do our best to try and coordinate and facilitate opportunities between our members.
IEM is the premier organization for city and county emergency management here in this country. IEM has been chiefly responsible for all education and advocacy on emergency management issues before Congress, the White House, and agencies.